In this video, we see the different circuits for digital analog converter implementation. So we know that digital to analog converters accept digital inputs. So it has got n number of inputs, and of course it has got only one analog output voltage. So we have different circuits for implementing this digital to analog converters. Of course, we know that there is a V reference voltage, and the expression for the output voltage is given by K times V reference multiplied by the digital equivalent of the input voltage. So we'll write it as B1 to power minus 1 plus B2 to power minus 2, and it is B3 to power minus 3, and it goes till Bn to power minus n, where n happens to be the number of bits. The number of bits is the value of n. So in this particular case, this B1 happens to be the most significant bit. So this is how the weight of different bits are keep on varying. Suppose if you are looking at a simple 3-bit DAC, the output voltage V0 will be given by K, which is the gain of the circuit, which can be any integer. So usually if you take K is equal to 1, so we have this gain to be reference will become just B reference, and it will be B1 to power minus 1 plus B2 to power minus 2 plus B3 to power minus 3. So which happens to be, so V reference, so you can simply write V1 by 2 plus B2 by 4 plus B3 by 8, because we know that this is MSB. It has got the maximum weight over here in terms of its value corresponding to the output V0. So the first and foremost circuit that we can think of implementing this particular DAC is called as binary weighted R DAC. As the name itself indicates that you have a resistor whose value is weighted as per the binary, because we want to get the output voltage in terms of binary weight. The simple circuit goes this way. So we have a circuit diagram which is in this way. So this is an op-amp based circuit. I'm going to have this as okay, I can have it as this plus, I can ground it here, and this is minus. I'm going to have, this is my feedback resistor RF, and I'm going to have this as a resistor R1, and have one more resistor R2, and have one more resistor R3. So let me have the V reference here. So this is connected to V reference, and let us have two switches for this, or two options for switching, this, and this. Suppose if you say this is V1, this is V2, this is V3. So I will connect this to this, this to this, and this to this. Here you can see I have this, and let us consider this as open circuit here. This is again open circuit, this open circuit, meaning when I switch this V1 to this position, it will be connected to V reference. If I'm switching it here, it is open circuit. So we know that since it is a 3-bit DAC, it can have 8 different possible combinations. So as per its, so we can have V1, V2, V3. It can be 0, 0, 0. It can be 0, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1, 0, 0, 1, 0, 1, 1, 1, 0, and it is 1, 1, 1. Suppose if you consider only this as 1, suppose if you consider this particular combination of 1, 0, 0, if you can actually make other two as 0, 0. You can say it will be open circuit, this will be open circuit. This R2 and R3 will not be there a part of the circuit. What you're going to have is only R1 and RF will be the part of the circuit. So instead of having the resistance values as simply R1, R2, R3, let us have the resistance of this resistor which is connected to V1, which is the MSB over here. Let us consider it as 2R. Let us consider this as 4R. Let us consider this weight as 8R. So when we are considering this particular combination of 1, 0, 0, so this is connected to VRFS, whereas this is open circuited, this is open circuited. So I have the equivalent circuit, something looking like this. I can write the equivalent circuit for B11, B20, B30 as something like this here. So I can have this is my V reference and this is 2R and I have this is my RF. So the expression for the output voltage V0 is equal to minus RF by 2R into VF. Now we can see this is when B1 is equal to 1. So when B1 is equal to 1, if you can see here, only when B1 is equal to 1, you are supposed to have a weight of divided by 2. So this is the output only when B1 is 1. Suppose if only B2 is equal to 1, if you consider other two as 0, 0, according to same circuit, so then V0 becomes minus RF by 4R into VF. 4R into VF. When only B2 is 1, and of course assume that B1 is equal to B3 is equal to 0. If you consider the other case of only B3 is equal to 1 and B1 is equal to B2 is equal to 0, I'll have the expression for the output voltage as minus V reference by 8R into RF. So this will be the expression for the output voltage if you consider only one bit at a time. Suppose if you just consider all of them at a time and then try to see the expression for that, the expression will reduce to something like this here. So then my output expression V0 will become so minus RF, which is, if you can see here, minus RF is common in all of them and V reference is also common. So I can write this as minus V reference into minus RF into V reference divided by R is also common. Let us write it as B1 by 2 plus B2 by 4 plus B3 by 8. So this B1, B2, B3, it can take a value of either 0 or 1. If it is only this is 1, if these two are 0, 0, we will get the first term. We will get the first sum of this one. So if only V1 is equal to 1. If only V1 is equal to 1, I will get this sum. That's what is this expression says. If only B2 is equal to 1, if other two are 0, you get minus Vref into R reference divided by 4R. So that was the expression what we are getting here. So ultimately for any given combination you will get a output voltage which is equivalent to the position of the binary of the digital input. So this is one circuit which can give you the analog equivalent, which is depending on the digital value, the binary input. The main disadvantage with this circuit is as the number of bits increases, say we can say it is 2R, 4R, 8R, then it will become 16R, then it is 32R, then it is 64R, 128R. So this is fine if the number of bits are only hardly 3 or 4. If the number of bits becomes more than 3 or 4, okay, then you end up with a larger resistance values. It is very difficult to have the weight of the resistance which is equal to the increment of 2 power n. Then it also becomes difficult to realize those resistance which are of exact value. So if it is not the exact value, we know that we will end up with the errors in the conversion from digital to analog. So, and one more thing is that this is not practically used because realizing resistance on an IC is much more difficult compared to realizing a capacitor. So So since realization of resistance is difficult, so they don't go for such type of binary weighted R tag. The improvisation of this binary weighted R is nothing but binary weighted C. So let us see the circuit for that DAC circuit, which is binary weighted. This is binary weighted tank circuit using capacitors. Let us consider hardly 2-bit DAC. So before we actually go into the actual circuit, try to understand if you have a resistor, how the potential will get divided. Suppose if this is V reference, and if this is R1 and R2, if you want to find an expression for Vx here, so you can write an expression for Vx as equal to current flowing through this resistor R2 multiplied by the resistance R2. And we know that the current is nothing but V reference by R1 plus R2, and this resistance is R2. So the expression for the output voltage is simply V reference into R2 by R1 plus R2. On the same lines, if you have a capacitor, and if you have a V reference, and this is C1, C2, if you want to know what is Vx, on the same lines, Vx is equal to current multiplied by the reactance of capacitor C2. Again, what is this the current is nothing but V reference divided by the reactance offered by both of them. That is, you can write it as Xc1 plus Xc2, and of course this is Xc2. But we know that reactance is given by 1 over 2 pi Fc. So I can approximately write Xc2 as proportional to 1 over C2. So upon substituting this expression or relation, I can write V reference is equal V reference multiplied by 1 over C2 divided by 1 over C1 plus 1 over C2. So upon simplifying, so I will end up with this is V reference by C2, and this is C1, C2, and it is C1 plus C2. Suppose if you rearrange it, it will come out to be the reference multiplied by C1 by C1 plus C2, meaning the voltage at this point at the Vx across C2 is nothing but V reference multiplied by C1 divided by C1 plus C2. So this is the basis for understanding the binary weighted DAC circuit using capacitors. So let us start writing the circuit diagram of this is binary weighted C DAC. This is binary weighted C DAC. So let me start writing the circuit diagram of the same. So I want to have an op-amp as a buffer circuit here. So I use it as a buffer, and this is my actual circuit starting here. So let me hardly take a 2-bit DAC for the analysis purpose. So this is 2-bit DAC. So let me have it as C by 2, and I have one more capacitor which is again C by 2, and I'll have one more capacitor of value C. So let me consider this as MSB, this as the LSB here. This is, let me call it as MSB. Suppose if you consider the combination of B1, B2, which is 1, 0. So as per our expression, what we are supposed to get, B0 is equal to minus R reference minus of course V reference, let me write it as minus V ref multiplied by B1 by 2 plus B2 by 4 is the expected expression. Let us see, do we get the same expression if we go with this. So again, when we have this B1, B2, let us also have what is this 1 and zeros. Let me have this as V reference, and let me have this as ground point. So as we did earlier here also, we had when a binary bit is equal to 1, we are connecting to V reference. When it is 0, it was going to open circuit. Let us see what happens here. So let us have the combination of 1s and zeros. So this is, let us have it as this as 1, 0, this is again 1 and 0. Let us have all 1s be connected to the reference. Let us all zeros be connected to ground here. Let me connect this to ground. Let me connect this to ground here. Okay, this is the reference. Suppose if you have this combination of B1 is equal to 1 and B2 is equal to 0. So do we have a circuit and try to understand what is the voltage Vx here? So do we have a circuit which is something like this now? So this is my V reference connected to this capacitor because B1 is 1. Suppose if you are making this B2 as 0, it's actually grounded. You have one more capacitor which is also grounded here. This is C by 2, this is C by 2, and this is C. You are looking at what is Vx. Now since you are looking at what is Vx, since these two are grounded, can I rewrite this circuit as equal to one capacitor which is C by 2, because when these two are parallel you can write it as the addition of those two capacitors, which is C now, and you have one more capacitor which is C, which is actually connected to V reference. So shall I write it as V reference, and this is Vx, the value of this is C. So then actually V1 and V2 is 1, 0. So suppose if you name this as C1 and C2, so what is Vx is equal to? Vx is actually equal to V reference. So as per our this expression, so voltage across this is nothing but V reference into C1 by C1 plus C2. Okay, C1 plus C2 is actually C plus C. So do we end up with Vx is equal to V reference by 2? We end up with this as voltage when B1 and B2 is equal to 1, 0. So let us try to see what is the equivalent circuit when B1, B2 is 0, 1. Whenever B1, B2 is 0, 1. So since it is connected to 0, so I have this capacitor C. This is C is grounded, and I have this is C, and I have one more capacitor C by 2 connected to V reference, and I have one more capacitor C by 2 also grounded. This is how it is looking. I am looking at what is Vx. So if you can see here, the two capacitances that are grounded are C and C by 2. The overall capacitance, then I can rewrite this as something like this now. I have one capacitor which is okay, there are two capacitors which are grounded. Their effective capacitor becomes 3 by 2 V reference. 3 by 2 V reference, which is grounded here, and then I have a capacitor which is C by 2, and this is connected to V reference, and this is your Vx. This is your Vx. So do we have this as the combination of which is equivalent to this now? So I have a capacitance C2 whose value is 2 3 by 2 3 or 2 by third of C, and this is actually C by 2. So what is Vx now? So Vx is actually equal to for this circuit. So Vx is equal to V reference multiplied by the capacitance of this, which is actually C1. So C1 is actually equal to C by 2 divided by the sum of this. So sum of this is actually 2C. This is 2C. So then will this become, so this C will go off, will it become V reference by 4? So I have Vx is equal to V reference into this capacitance, which is C by 2 divided by the summation of these two capacitors, which is 2C. So if you look for what is the value of Vx, is of course upon simplifying the result, Vx becomes V reference by 4, meaning if you are having V1 as equal to 1 and V2 is 0, you have the output voltage at Vx as V reference by 2. If V2 is 1 and V1 is 0, you have the Vx voltage as V reference by 4, which is as per the expected value, as per the binary weightage. So once you have the Vx is equal to this and this, because V0 is nothing but a Vx, so we are going to get the output voltage equal to the binary weight of the digital value. So why we actually go for this binary weighted series, because it is very easy to realize the capacitor compared to the resistors, because capacitors can be easily fabricated in VLSI, because if you simply have a MOS capacitor, a metal, oxide and a semiconductor. So this is a MOS capacitor, this is a MOS capacitor, which is proportional to epsilon A by T. So if you change the area, of course if I write this as my 3D view, if you change the area or if you change the thickness of this oxide layer or the dielectric constant value, usually the dielectric constant thickness will be kept constant. If you keep on changing the dimension, you can get the desired value of a C by 2 and whatever the value. So this is the circuit for a 2-bit DAC. If you want to go for n-bit DAC, so it's very easy. So what you have to do is, so the first capacitor, the MSB capacitor will always be connected to a value of C here. This is V1. Next is always C by 2. Next is C by 4. Next is C by 8. So if you're looking at 4-bit capacitor, this is V1, V2, V3, V4. The last capacitance is also C by 8. This is always grounded. This is always grounded. So of course you have that either it is going to V reference or it's going to ground. So you have two positions of this switch. So either it can go to 1. If it is going to 1, it is V reference. See here, this is going to be reference. If it is 0, it's going to ground. It's going to ground. So this is the connection, and of course you short all of them. Connect it to non-inverting terminal. Inverting terminal is if advanced here, this V0. So the expression for output voltage is equal to, it is V reference multiplied by V1 by 2 plus V2 by 4 plus V3 by 8 plus V4 by 16. This is the expression for the output voltage of a 4-bit CDAC. When I say CDAC, the capacitance values are varying as per the binary weightage. So we will see a few more types of DAC circuits in the coming video.